All right, y'all, we have finally made it to the part in this lesson where we are going to make some creative decisions. We have covered a lot, we have learned a lot of things, but it is finally time to start going through that footage that we shot for our gear organization tutorial. And so I'm gonna start with my A-roll footage, or the footage of me just delivering that script to the camera, because that's gonna be the foundation for my video. That's what I'm gonna layer everything else on top of. And so first, let's talk about some tips for cutting your A-roll so quickly it is stupid, seriously. So here I've got my A-roll footage that we've synced up, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand these tracks. So I'm gonna make them big by pressing the shortcut Shift and the plus key, because that's gonna make sure that I see those audio waveforms, because that is what I'm using to cut this A-roll. Because you'll remember from the script delivery lesson that when I am filming A-roll, I'm always clapping. I'm clapping once after a bad take, and I'm clapping twice after a good take, or something that I wanna use in my video. And so I know when I'm looking at these waveforms that these double spikes are where I clap twice. So I know this audio before here is my good take, all the way back to this single spike. That's when my last bad take ended. But I also know, because I've been doing this for so long, that these small little bumps here in the waveform are just me mumbling something. So I'll show you that. I do that one line. And so right there, I'm looking off to the side at a monitor, trying to confirm what the script is and what I'm supposed to say. And here's another spot that I know I'm mumbling. And I know that this spot right here in the waveform where it's near that middle line, I know that this is where my good take is. So I'll play that. Let's talk about video gear, because it can get out of control real quick. And now I'll just press Shift G here to make a cut at the playhead. And I'll also do that before this audio. And then I'll press the up arrow to go back to the beginning of this sequence. I'll press the D key to select the clip with all the bad stuff in it that I don't want. And then I'll press the X key to ripple delete it. Now let's move on with this A-roll edit. So I'm just gonna use my hand tool. I'm gonna press the H key to get that, and I'm gonna drag my timeline forward. And I would just repeat this process all the way down the timeline as I cut my A-roll. And I could get through this so fast, because even though there is an hour's worth of footage here, because we actually filmed for 2 videos that day, but if you look, there's a lot of downtime in this footage. So there's a lot of mumbling, there's a lot of bad takes before I get to this good one. And so I probably only ended up filming 10 minutes of footage that I'm actually going to use. But because I clapped and I'm looking at my waveforms when I'm cutting this footage, then I never have to look at the 50 minutes of footage that I'm never gonna use anyways. And for the 10 minutes of footage I'm actually using, I'm pressing the FF keys to fast forward through that double speed. And so really I'm only spending 5 minutes reviewing footage. And by the time you factor in shortcuts and some muscle memory, it really is insane how fast you can get through cutting A-roll.